Have you ever been lost in a piece of soaring, epic music when, suddenly, a shiver runs down your spine and your skin erupts in a constellation of goosebumps? Or perhaps you found yourself in a quiet room, preparing for an important presentation, when an uncontrollable, jaw-stretching yawn overtakes you. We experience these strange, involuntary reactions all the time. They seem like random, sometimes useless, quirks of our biology. But what if they aren't quirks at all? What if these minor, automatic behaviors are not random glitches in our programming, but rather ghosts in the machine-profound echoes from our deep evolutionary past? Reflexes that once served as essential survival tools for our distant ancestors in a much wilder and more dangerous world? This is a journey into the Museum of You, an exploration to decode the hidden messages behind the bodily functions we so often ignore. We are about to discover how these ancient reflexes continue to shape our human experience, whispering tales of a life-or-death struggle that is coded directly into our skin, our breath, and our nerves. Let's delve into our first exhibit, the strange and sudden prickling of the skin we call goosebumps. The scientific term for this phenomenon is piloerection, and it describes the minuscule contraction of a tiny muscle, the erector pili, that is attached to the base of each hair follicle. When this muscle tightens, it pulls the hair into a vertical position, causing the surrounding skin to bunch up, creating the familiar bumps. But why does our body do this? The answer lies not with us, but with our much hairier ancestors. For them, this reflex was a brilliant, dual-purpose survival hack. The first purpose was warmth. When faced with a sudden drop in temperature, fluffing up a dense coat of fur would trap a layer of air close to the skin. This trapped air acted as a natural insulating blanket, preserving precious body heat. The second purpose was self-defense. Imagine an early mammal confronting a predator. The sudden surge of adrenaline, the fight-or-flight hormone would trigger piloerection. An entire coat of fur standing on end made the animal appear significantly larger, more formidable, and more dangerous. It was a psychological bluff, a visual threat display designed to make a predator think twice. Today, though we have lost our dense coat of fur, the ancient neurological wiring that controls this reflex remains perfectly intact. This is why we get goosebumps not only when we're cold, but also when we're scared watching a horror movie or when we feel a swell of profound emotion like pride or awe. Our bodies can't distinguish between the threat of a saber-toothed tiger and the emotional climax of a symphony. They only register a powerful stimulus and reply with the ancient, ingrained command: raise the hairs. Next, we turn to one of the most misunderstood and contagious behaviors of all, the yawn. For centuries, the prevailing belief was simple: we yawn when our body is low on oxygen, and the deep inhalation serves to replenish our supply. But modern science has largely debunked this idea. Instead, a more compelling and evolutionarily sound theory has emerged, suggesting that a yawn is actually our brain's built-in cooling system. Your brain is an incredibly active organ, and like any high-performance processor, it generates a lot of heat. When it starts to get too warm, its efficiency drops. A yawn acts like a radiator. The powerful, jaw-stretching action increases blood flow to the head, while the deep, quick inhalation of ambient air helps cool that blood before it circulates through the brain. A cooler brain is a more effective, more alert brain. This is where the survival advantage becomes clear. For our ancestors, a state of heightened alertness was critical. A yawn wasn't necessarily a sign of boredom or sleepiness. It could have been an unconscious reflex to reboot the brain before a crucial moment, the start of a hunt, the guarding of a camp at dusk, or the confrontation with a rival tribe. It was a mechanism to sharpen the mind when it mattered most. This also explains the fascinating phenomenon of contagious yawning. It isn't just a quirky social tic. Think of it as a primitive, non-verbal signal to synchronize a group's mental state. If one sentry on watch feels their focus slipping and yawns to cool their brain and re-engage, others seeing it will unconsciously yawn in response. This cascade ensures the entire group remains on the same level of vigilance, transforming a personal act into a tool for collective survival. So the next time you yawn before a big test or find yourself yawning after a colleague does in a long meeting, don't just dismiss it as fatigue. It might be your ancient biology trying to keep you, and your tribe, sharp and ready for action. Our final piece of evidence is perhaps the most dramatic: the full-body jolt known as the startle reflex. It's a reaction so deeply programmed that we have no conscious control over it. A sudden loud bang, an unexpected touch in the dark, or the sensation of falling triggers an instantaneous total body response. In infants, this is seen in its purest and most revealing form, known as the Moro reflex. When a baby is startled or feels a loss of support, they will fling their arms and legs out wide and then rapidly pull them back in toward their core as if to grasp something. This isn't just a random spasm, it's a desperate primal instinct inherited from our primate ancestors. For a baby clinging to its mother's fur as she navigated the forest canopy, a loss of balance was a mortal threat. The Moro reflex was its emergency Brachian automatic, life-saving attempt to instantly re-establish a grip and prevent a deadly fall. In adults, this reflex has evolved from a tool for clinging into a hyper-efficient threat detection system. A sudden sharp noise behind you in the woods, the snap of a twig, the rustle of leaves could have signaled an ambushing predator. The startle reflex is an alarm that fires faster than conscious thought. Before your brain has even had a chance to identify the sound, your entire nervous system has already reacted. Your heart rate skyrockets, adrenaline floods your system, your eyes widen, and your major muscles tense, preparing your body for immediate, explosive action. It is the ultimate shoot first, ask questions later defense mechanism designed to give you a millisecond advantage in a world where a millisecond could be the difference between life and death. The next time a car horn blares unexpectedly and you feel that jarring electric jolt, know that you are experiencing a ghost from the jungle, an ancient bodyguard still on duty, protecting you from dangers that have long since vanished. And so, we see that our bodies are far more than mere biological machines. They are living archives, anatomical storybooks, whispering tales of our ancient past. From the bristling of our skin in a moment of awe, to the brain-cooling yawn that sharpens our focus, to the heart-stopping jolt that primes us for danger, these functions are not random. They are the carefully preserved legacies of survivors. They tell a story of ancestors who weathered icy winds, outsmarted predators, and navigated treacherous terrains. These reflexes, seemingly obsolete in a world of central heating and digital alerts, reveal a profound truth. No matter how sophisticated our technology becomes or how insulated our lives may seem, we are fundamentally, unbreakably connected to the natural world and the long, unbroken chain of life that preceded us. We carry within our very cells the heritage of every creature that fought to exist, from the first mammal that shivered for warmth to the primate infant that clung to its mother for life. So the next time you feel a yawn coming on or a shiver run down your spine, take a moment, pause and listen. You are not just experiencing a simple bodily function. You are feeling a quiet echo from a vanished world, a testament to the incredible millions-year-long journey of survival that is written into the very fabric of your being.